Hi everybody, I'm Billie Dean and welcome to Word on the Wind. Word on the Wind is that there's a lot of sadness out there right now. There's a lot of depression, anxiety, fear. Because there's been so much sadness about, I'm here wearing my bush elf hat and going to be your happy coach. There has been a lot of sadness. There really is a lot going on. And if we can look at it from the bigger perspective, then we understand that the world is collapsing, the old world. If we can put it into that 2012 phenomenon that I love to talk about, which is the Indigenous prophecy of peace. In order to have peace, we have to collapse the old world. We're having this shift of consciousness. Everybody's sort of waking up and going, oh, why are we doing this? And people are starting to take action and wake up from apathy. It's like everybody's been on robot. And there's been these sort of, independent thinkers throughout time who have gone, what you're doing is not really, right. And everyone's gone, And now everyone's waking up. But some of those wake-up buttons have been pretty grueling. And, whatever your deepest issues are, they're coming up to the surface. Oh, and look what the world is mirroring back to me. How am I going to heal that? That's what's going on. A lot of people are sort of getting swept along and they're getting compressed. A lot of pressure on people. Some of them aren't making it. So we've seen quite a lot of death, which is very sad for those of us who are left behind. And that's both with animals and people. And so it could be shock after shock after shock as we lose. And the challenge is to celebrate their life and not drown in the grief, because that all impacts our body and that's not what anybody wants. It's just so much loss and grief and change. And I think that's the bottom line. There's a lot of change going on, a lot of flux. And a lot of people are feeling, I just can't cope anymore. I can't deal with one more thing. Everyone's going through stuff and we all really need to care about each other. And in the bigger picture, that's what is really trying to happen. If you can imagine that we're going from the old world, which was me, 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 me. It's all about competition and what can I get out of life, etc. I'm just going to barrel through But that's the old world. That's the old life, and that is collapsing. This material world, this world with values that, let's get 1,000 pairs of high heel shoes because we don't have enough in our lives internally to keep us going. We just can't continue that world anymore. It's over. And what we've got is this new world which is coming, and it's beautiful, and it's this world that will be made by us with our sensitive values. So the sensitive of us are really going to be leading the way, helping create the foundation of this new world. So we're bringing all this light down. We've got to ground it. But in the meantime, a lot of people are feeling knocked about. How do we get over that? How do we really survive and thrive through this sort of difficult emotional period, the choppy seas of change? And so I would like to offer you some tips. Don't forget, if you're feeling really, really down and really in a bad place, just reach out for help. But in the meantime, here's some cozy bush elf tips. Might not fix all the problems in the world, but you've got to look after you. So one is put it in the big perspective. If you're going through hell, then turn it around. What is that reflecting back to me? What issue is that? If we can put it all in terms of, okay, this is for my spiritual growth, then we start to realize that we're just not a victim. We're not just bumping along on this ocean without much of a life raft. We can start to take our power back and we can start to understand that there is a reason for all this madness. And that is that the more clearer we get, the more we get rid of all the dross, then the higher we can get vibrationally and the better we can create the world that we really want. So the second tip is everyone must have this. This is a much loved friend. And if you haven't got a much loved friend, then I suggest that you get one. Very important to have a much loved friend. Doesn't matter how old you are, these are great to cuddle up to at night. Chocolate, got to have chocolate. A big mug, a big bright mug, bright colours, and fill it with hot chocolate. A cosy shawl. There's something about being wrapped that really makes people feel cosy. And when you're feeling really down, just got to be cosy. So that and a hot water bottle on a rainy, cold day like it is today. Hot water bottle, this, a good book, and a hot chocolate. And really, you've got to nurture yourself. You really do. Or you could have a different sort of shawl. There's something to be said for owls and owl blankets. Very, very cozy. And the cats aren't getting it. Okay, well, maybe they can share it. In fact, cats and dogs, very, very cozy and very uplifting, very healing. The other thing that is really good is gratitude. Even if you're having the worst day and you're going, I don't even want to get out of bed today. Well, there's something to be said for that. Maybe you shouldn't get out of bed today. Maybe you should just hole up and have a day off and have a me day. As well, get gratitude. Gratitude helps you get into alignment with your higher self. And then things start to flow a little bit more easily. So even if you're having this really bad day, find gratitude. So it could be, okay, what am I grateful for? I don't feel like I'm grateful for anything this morning. Oh, look, actually, the sun is shining, or it is raining, or I have a roof over my head, because I tell you, some people haven't. What can you be grateful for? I have clothes. I have these beautiful dogs. I have these beautiful cats. I have a life. I have my health. We can be grateful for so many different things. And once you start to list them off, then you start to realize really how rich and wonderfully off you are. So that's gratitude. A lot of people are feeling like something's happening to us, something's happening to me, and they don't have any control over it. Well, actually, we do. We don't have to choose the reality that we're living in. So we could choose a different reality. And we can do that with the power of our mind. We can do it with our creative visualization. I mean, our imagination is our greatest tool, and no one can take that away from you. You've got that tool, so start using it. Have a daydream. Daydream about the best day that you could ever want to have. That can help you start moving out of that place of just feeling like you're so compressed that you're up against a wall. Another cozy thing to do is talk to a friend. But find a friend who's not going to collude with you. Don't find someone who's going to say, oh, yes, isn't it awful, and then list off a litany of things themselves. Find someone who's going to make you laugh. Someone who's going to go, oh my goodness, that's so funny. I can just see you with that. And then it sort of breaks the mood. If you can laugh, you can break the mood. Stay away from the negative folks. Now, if you do have a negative friend or someone who's going through a crisis yourself, then you be that person, because offering to help others really also helps you lift out of whatever's going on. This is about forming a community. This is about forming a human community based on love, laughter, and compassion. What we have to do is reach out to someone else in need. Maybe you can't make them laugh, but you can listen and just be there. Instead of telling them all the things that, oh yeah, that's dreadful. Oh, give them a solution. Help them see maybe the upside or the funny side. And by doing that, you empower yourself and you empower them. The other things that I always like to recommend are good movies, good books. We have a little ritual at home for when we're grieving, and one of those things is to just take the night off or the day off or whatever and really do self-nurture. Close out the world, bring out all the comfort food. It's only one day, it's not going to break your diet. And watch a movie. And that's what we like to do as a family. And then the next day, we don't always have an opportunity to get out of the house, and you might not either, but to get away is really good and just sort of clear your mind and go somewhere different. Go to the beach if you don't live near one, or go to the bush for a day. And then on the third day, what I like to do is clean. I need to have fresh energy in the house after someone's passed. So I'll clean like a fiend, do all my hearth magic. And then you've had that sort of 3 days of grieving and downtime and time out. And it is a time to be gentle with yourself. There are a lot of losses going on, and you really do have to be gentle, and that's what being cozy is all about. So take care of you during this time and know that we can be empowered by the gift that we have with our imagination. Think of all the great things that you might want to do. What are things that you love to do, and go do them. We are passing through. This is a passing through time, and it is choppy waters, and we're going to get out the other side, and we'll do it together, and we'll have this amazing world with an amazing community of people who really do care and are kind and at peace with themselves. One more thing. So, this is Billie Dean, going off to have a cozy day and wishing you lots and lots of coziness. I was going to say gobs of coziness, but it didn't sound very good. So anyway, wishing you lots of coziness. So bye from us and my owl blanket, my blankie. We'll see you later. Have a cozy day.